Hello everyone, so today is just going to be a day of putting stuff together because tomorrow is Gravity show being run by Slams UK, so you know I'm not going to be about tomorrow. So during the week I've purchased a few items and I've also done a couple of things just to get the ball rolling for the weekend, so I'll show you what I've bought now. Cool, so my recent purchases have been nuts, flanged, and I think they're called serrated nuts for the manifolds. I've bought dress up bolts for the engine bay because the bolts that are on it are shite. 4 different sizes of hose, bolts and holes. And last night after I come home from the pub I painted all the brake lines. I also got myself a pack of NGK Iridium spark plugs. These are the BKR7E. I went online on the dseries.org forum and this is what people kind of recommended. Everyone was kind of going, oh, you don't need the Iridium ones, but I didn't want to be replacing spark plugs every few months because, you know. So I'll test these out, you know, if they're good, they're good, if they're not, they're not. For 20, they're in a price on there, I think I paid £28 for all 4. What's next? I need to actually make the return hose for the turbo, and it's literally just a sequence of bolting things on. Where Bobby snapped the bolt inside the radiator panel, I have got a nut rivet or a nut cert just so that I can bolt the radiator back in. As per normal, I've not filmed the majority of today for mainly one reason. It's been absolutely sweltering hot. I've had practically a headache all day, mainly probably due to dehydration, but I have been drinking. But I must say I've got a lot done today, so I'll show you guys now. I think earlier in the video I said I would show you guys what I've been doing in the week. So the first thing was the washer bottles gone back. The next thing, I've put the torque mounts back in and they've been filled with polyurethane to hopefully make my own DIY polybush mount. Temporarily fitted the headlights with cable ties. Painted the what would be the support for the front crash bar and also the headlight support from the bottom in black. Now on to what I've done today. So as you can see, this bay is a lot different to when I first started out just literally about a week ago. So I started off by refitting all the brake lines, so there's the distribution block all nice and fitted, and it routes down nicely, so you won't see that one much. And then on the driver's side it goes down and under, rather than going to that second port it goes to the first. Bit of bending, but you know, it'll do for now. The next thing that you guys have probably spotted that I forgot to mention was both intake and exhaust manifold are on, turbos on. That's how close, that's how much clearance I have between the radiator support. All new hardware on the manifolds both sides. I've also fitted the spark plugs and the spark plug leads just for now. This is only temporary. I've also fitted the AEM adjustable fuel pressure regulator, which is there, with the vacuum line going to the top. This one here is going to be blank because it doesn't go down to the check valve anymore. And there's my Cytec fuel pressure gauge, sick. Next noticeable difference, radiator is in. This is a 50mm core, which is 2-inch, or I think, yeah, I can't remember, I bought this so long ago, but it's nice and new and replaces the really thin stock one. Heavy set hoses all round. Big shout out to Ash for helping me out from Heavy Set. This one did have to be cut down just because it caused a kink here and a kink there. You know, there's I believe that's in and that's return back to the block, and there's the rest of them. So that's the heater in, and then you've got heater out. I might redo that one because there is a bit of a kink in it. Just literally just cut it down maybe 15mm or even 20mm, just so that there's no kinks in the piping. Everything else is pretty sweet. It took me practically half a day to figure out where all the pipes were because, as usual, I didn't take any pictures or label anything. There is only one pipe there is only one pipe left to fit, and that's on the other side of the inlet air control valve, which is that silver thing here. That routes down behind the block from the other pipe, so there's a little intake that goes from here, but it's on the other side of the manifold, and yeah, that's the only pipe missing, which I'll order up. Big shout out to my buddy Connor over at HEL. He made me up this custom clutch line, which is nicely tucked all the way down, loses itself somewhere in there, and then back down here. I need to sort out the in line for the oil, because I don't think the bonnet's going to shut, and I actually think this is fucked, because there is a gap there, and I don't think there should be a gap. So I was going to buy an elbow so it would come in more like this, keeping it nice and low, and it means I can tuck it further down. Actually, for now, let me just throw that in the gap. Oh, there we go. Fan for the front radiator, and obviously bolt the intercooler on. This intercooler piping's done. The wastegate can go on, which, as I said before, bolts onto the bottom here, and also the oil return needs to be made, which goes from there to in there. Obviously drive shafts need to go in where them bags are, again that's just to stop stuff getting in there. Brake lines need to go on, and also brake calipers. I need to buy new brake calipers. And then of course we've got the wiring loom, so I'm hoping that doesn't take me too long and we can just get cracking. I'm pretty optimistic it won't, but at the moment all systems are go and we're working well.